on tonight's show we will be doing a segment on motor caravans, motorhomes, that sort of thing, and this is the American interpretation of what that means. It's known as an RV, or recreational vehicle. It's massive, it's like a house. That was my phone bogging. What sort of recreational activity you might get up to in here is, well, it's open to your imagination, but I think the upholstery, if you've seen Boogie Nights, will give you a clue. This is the eating area, obviously. The sides extend. I've driven one of these. When you park, you press buttons and they go bzz, and they go outwards to make it big. So you eat here, you sit here. There's sort of televisions and hi-fi and microwave. This is where you cook, spam and beans. This is where you wash up, theoretically. Fridges, there'll be a freezer and a fridge. The doors lock. I didn't do this in mine, so when you drive along, if you haven't locked it, the door opens. All your expensive vintages fall on the floor and become destroyed. Various unnecessary things here, like shower and the sink. I presume there's a kazi in here, or the jan, as they call it. And then you have the master suite where Richard and Jeremy would be staying, with the plush bed, and as you can see, the polythene on the floor to prevent spillages doing any permanent damage to the exquisite Wilton carpet. Gimp mask, traffic warden outfit, handcuffs, that sort of thing. Alarm. If you can't shout because he's got that big rubber ball thing stuck in his mouth, just the temperature there will put it to hot. That's about it. Let's go and have a look at the British version of the same thing, the recreational vehicle, the motorhome, the camper van. Here we are in the British equivalent, the humble camper van. And because of the effects of the Lend-Lease agreement and the Marshall Plan after the war, we really have to make do with much less than the Americans. It's the same sort of thing. It still has a bed in it somewhere. I think it's. I think you can construct it out of the dining room. It has another bed up here. I think that's what that is for small people. That's where Hammond sleeps, I suppose. And it does have basic, austere cooking facilities made with formica, enamelled tin, a very basic fridge, a miserable oven, barely big enough for one of my pies. And then to this, it's been lightly dusted with a few little things that make it feel like a home from home. Little signs that life's essentials are still with you to comfort you. Things like this exquisitely turned pine kitchen roll dispensing rotating item, and a clock. Look at this, it's positively Jacobean, and a coat hook in the shape of an elephant, so that when you hang your coat up you can't tell the time anymore. But we don't expect a lot in Britain. A fire blanket, need those if Jeremy and Richard are staying in here. These taps, look, these are incredible. This, I happen to know this, not that I'm an expert on domestic fittings, but this style of tap head has been around since the 1950s, and I believe is a British standard, along with those colours that went with them, like aubergine, avocado, sunrise yellow, that blue, and the brown. Little knobs that I think, yes, they come out when you press them, and then in here there's a Scrabble and a few bits of the broken swing ball and some very old mouldy novels, a pack of cards, some poker dice. The people in the American RV are having imaginative, rampant sex. The people in here are probably doing a jigsaw puzzle and being grateful for what they've got, which isn't much. And the upholstery is disgusting.